These opening shots are really Albuquerque in a nutshell. Here's some beautiful red flowers, followed by a crushed bottle of cheap alcohol left on the ground. Yep. As you can see, the neighborhood behind the hotel was very charming, very well kept, lots of Victorian type housing. So it was definitely cute. Kind of reminded me of the downtown/university area in Tucson. I really liked this house. The colors and just the design, and of course the sun. Just beautiful. And this court type housing kind of looks very Santa Fe, I guess New Mexico in style. And of course I liked this, very much a castle looking type design. I was really fascinated by this place, and I wound up looking it up to see what it was all about. Turns out it's for sale for $750,000, and it's individual units. So that's really super cute. Cool place. Yeah, so I don't know, the tunnel situation seems kind of sketchy and reminds me of the old days in Tucson. Oh, I was nervous about going through this underpass, and I talked to a couple people and saw this lady going, so I was like, okay, maybe it's cool. I've done. Not a lot of shops. That's it. All right. All right. Seriously, it's all food and drink. Seriously. That side of the street is better. This place, how charming is that? In here for a second until this guy gets way ahead of me. There is no good way for me to look right now. I just had a situation in downtown Albuquerque, and I may have gotten a guy on video. Not sure yet. As you can see, I really did, because I was both watching out for him and taking shots. Anyway, you have to go through a tunnel similar to, actually the whole place kind of reminds me of downtown Tucson. 20, 30 years ago, there's a tunnel you have to walk through. Before I went through it from this side, because this is not right in the heart of downtown, or even outside downtown, it's the outskirts of downtown, if that makes sense. So I saw that walk-through tunnel, and it had always scared me in Tucson. So I approached a couple who had just walked out of there, and I said, "Hey, is it sketchy down there, or is it cool?" And they said, and the lady said, "It's okay." So there are some sketchy people downtown, and I'm okay with that usually. I'm kind of an underbelly person anyways, you know. I like to kind of scratch the underbelly, but I don't want to actually jump into it. Especially not jumped into it. Anyway, so I listened, and I noticed as I was walking around, because I'm always very aware of my surroundings. You really have to be in general in life, but especially if you're an older single female, you know, it's just a fact. Nothing against anybody. Anywho, I was walking and around, and eventually I realized this is just, there's nothing really to look at. So I turn around and come back. This guy was had been staring at me on the street, and so I went, okay, time to go duck into a coffee shop for a while and let him mosey on. And then I noticed he was walking ahead of me as I came back out, and I was walking toward the tunnel. And then I get to the tunnel, and he's just standing there with his arms crossed. And there's another guy kind of sitting there on the ground next to him. And I'm like, do I look like a fucking idiot? I noticed there were sketchy people, but there were also a lot of yellow uniformed guys walking around, kind of keeping order, checking on things, making sure everything's cool. So the first guy I saw, I just grabbed him, and I'm like, and I explained. He goes, oh yeah. And he actually walked me about halfway to my hotel, and then I go, you know what? This feels safer over here in this neighborhood. I'm gonna try to put in some of the accidental footage that I shot, and I'm gonna kind of explain as we go through it. Okay, so this is me kind of slowly walking around and looking again and making sure everything's safe around me, and then noticing down here that motherfucker was standing there. And here I am running with the phone still on in my hand. So I'm probably going to cut some of this because it's going to make everybody dizzy. Now I approach the security guy. There's a man standing kind of like with his arms crossed, just like waiting. I noticed him earlier, so I tried to calm him back.
Yeah, they be trying to be in here, but we can have officers.
I appreciate it. I do know you guys have a strong presence.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you really look, this part where we're under the tunnel, you can see the guy. He's wearing a red shirt.
Like the way?
Yeah.
But
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
You're cool. But anyway, I'm done with Albuquerque. So I'm packing shit, and I'm realizing that I've had a lot of bad experiences in Albuquerque per capita compared to other places. True, I've been here probably more than some places, but and I just decided not to bring any of my video equipment into the hotel, even though I've been doing videos. Right now I'm enjoying the view here and the sounds of the birds and just everything. It's pretty cool here in this spot. But let me tell you, downtown Albuquerque kind of gonna pass in the future. At least walking there by myself. That's out. Anyway, unpacking and getting ready to head out to Denver, the Airbnb in Denver. I'm excited for that because, yeah. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm not really sure which video I'm going to post next. I have a lot of footage. So stay tuned and find out. Bye.